वाणी कार्यक्रम। इस कार्यक्रम के अंतर्गत श्रोताओं आप सुनेंगे श्री गोपाल राय द्वारा निर्मित लोहित युवा पुस्तकालय के सदस्य द्वारा वर्ल्ड बुक डे पर एक समग्र कार्यक्रम।
Hello listeners, Lohit Youth Library's volunteers are back again with another edition of Yuva Vani for you. I am Solina Kambrai presenting you a special program marking the World Book Day. And with me is
Bahailu Rangmang, Jinam Singh Adong,
Lakshmi Nadong,
Aman Tang,
Aloka Milli,
Aishal Chikro,
Bitya Marai, Banika Kri,
and Keshalo Tayang.
Do you enjoy reading? Do you have a favorite book which you would like us to read? More than ever, at a time where most of the schools and universities around the world are closed, the power of books should be leveraged to combat isolation, reinforce ties between people, and expand our horizons. And April is the right time to begin reading. For April 23rd is the birthday of William Shakespeare, one of the greatest writers ever born and surely the greatest to contribute to English language. Let's hear more about this great writer from Jinam Singh Adong.
William Shakespeare remains the greatest figure not only in the Elizabethan age but in the world of English literature. A master of poetry, language and plays in the entire world literature. Most of us find Shakespeare's writing either confusing or frustrating. This is because Shakespeare wrote like he's writing poetry. His works are really rhythmic, but it is not the normal language used in our everyday life. He wrote several poems and plays. Poems and plays have always been used in every language because they are very powerful media to influence human mind. And Shakespeare used them very expressively. He wrote about 38 plays, 154 sonnets, 2 long narrative poems and a few other verses. His plays has been translated into major languages of the world and are performed more often than any other playwright. His plays were mainly comedies, tragedies and histories. Some of his finest tragedies are Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, Macbeth, Julius Caesar, Antony and Cleopatra. Shakespeare's comedies are Much Ado About Nothing, All's Well That Ends Well, As You Like It, Measure for Measure, A Midsummer's Night Dream, and The Tempest. Shakespeare's historical works are Henry IV, Part 1, Henry V, Part 2, Henry VI, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and King John Richard. Shakespeare can be considered the father of modern English theatre. He was able to develop English language and created a new way of character development. Shakespeare has given us some of the notable quotes in the language. His works were quite free from dogmatism, which was prevalent during those times, especially the moral force operated within the society. Also find in him the objective outlook in the society and life in general. His characterization is considered very lively and he had a very unique way of bringing characters alive on stage. His characters are considered more round and they were never flat. Many of his characters were either English royalty or Roman rulers. We find that they were not devoid of any weaknesses. His plays were very interesting and they didn't have larger-than-life figures. They were closer to life with real emotions and real weaknesses, and he had excellent command over the language. His vocabulary is said to be around 17,000 words or even more. Many of the phrases and words we use today are from Shakespeare's play, like naked, love is blind, brave new world, green-eyed monsters, and etc. Another famous quote from Shakespearean play Hamlet is, "To be or not to be, that is the question." The language owes a lot to Shakespeare. As a student of English literature, I have a difficult time getting acquainted with Shakespeare. He has introduced to us a very large vocabulary and I have to really perk my ears up with open eyes and sit with attention and focus when I'm reading him. But in my third semester, it got enchanted reading Othello, Tempest, and Antony and Cleopatra. I was mesmerized how wonderful the language is, how compelling the story is, how dynamic and complex the characters are, how funny it can be when it is funny, how tragic it can be when it is tragic. Shakespeare's play might seem too dense, but they are just a delight of details, learning, knowledge, and world reading it all. His central plot plays to really get the story under our skin. Without Shakespeare, the English language would not be what it is today.
We have now Aman Tayang talking in Adi language about Shakespeare's immortal tragedy, King Lear.
Sir William Shakespeare bu English drama atna miri atna tabe ipala nanir yameng kwe. Bu mepukan lukan nam yang kamang. Silo ngonulu taka membuka drama atnam Roja Lear amnam mempoboye. Si doing si kapakesa ayana oma oam Roruma pemula buluma aipa kalag maton. Idola adulo mode adung kun bulu ipanamam ibila ana buam ayala kangul dungku. Doing ho adbom nam amisi Roja Lear. Bu ag oma angumam ikusumodung. Sekoi buma tatpopa yidyede ipala buma seko ayayadun amla poker sumodung. Debuke abuyana oma anyi Goniril lang reganda poker poyer sula abudam yitkeridir sudola agom angam tatpo nalok polandung. Dalo ane Cordelia bu tatporupa ramal agom lok mandung abuam kapakesapa aya pelagian dekapa ayadung amla. Idola dama Roja Lear bu tatpo petanmang. Bu marla Cordelia me bipanam asiamongam tang Goniril malang regan mabipan sudung. Idokom melampe adelo abua igulmu la yedungkun dalo oma abuyana anyi sibum kanga patayimang. Idola Cordelia bu abuam igulad dungku. Sok doing sok mulu tanita kamakadola aina ipala aroyana amiyam kapan super lagidung. Ipala tatpo pamandola apulo aipa memana kidilo ngoluk ke apa gemen gapa lagi mang. Lear bu kapan suken mato. Ayana amlang Rorimanam bu ayapa memamto. So ngulu takama bojeko kail tayil sudung.
Books and writers are remembered for image their words create in our mind. Marian Hoberman was one such American poet. Bithe Marai and Banika Cree bring us a poem from Hoberman's delightful You'll Read to Me, I'll Read to You.
Mary Ann Hoberman, a famous American poet and former children's poet laureate, is an acclaimed author of over 40 books for children. She has become familiar and popular with hundreds of Arunachal children through her very enjoyable series, You Read to Me, I'll Read to You. The series have been widely popularized across the Lohit and Divan Valley region by the volunteers of Lohit Youth Libraries during the last 1 decade of reading campaign. Due to their rhyme and rhythm and the ease of recitation, her book, A House is a House for Me, a winner of National Book Award, also contains delightful poems. How does the series You Read to Me, I'll Read to You help promote the joy of reading? We learn nursery rhymes as a young children, as they help us develop an ear for language. Mary Ann Hoberman's Read Together tales are an ideal way for readers to gain competency and fluency because each book emphasizes rhyme and rhythm which helps children recognize important language patterns and encourage them to try their own rhymes. Target a variety of reading levels. Use humor to attract even the most reluctant readers. The rhyme and repetition throughout the text delights children. The poem encourages reading out loud, which leads to improved listening skills, increased oral vocabulary, and pleasure of sharing exciting books with others. So listeners, don't miss to look at the poems of Mary Ann Hoberman in any of Lohit Youth Libraries near to you. This is a poem on Native American legend.
I'm Slewfoot Sue. I was the bride of Pecos Bill, and I could ride.
Oh yes you could, my darling Sue. That's why I fell in love with you.
A catfish swam at my command. I rode it down the Rio Grande.
I spied you there and made a wish to meet the rider of that fish.
You courted me both night and day. You even showed the stars away.
I showed them all except for one. Just one remained when I was done.
Now Texas is the Lone Star State. Because of me, I think that's great.
I had a horse no one could tame. Widowmakers was his name. That horse was reckless, wild and free. No one could ride that horse but me.
Before Aunt Mary, You, of course. I said I had to ride your horse.
You hit a buzzer on your gown. You started bouncing up and down.
Your bronco bucked. He bumped me high. He bucked and bumped me to the sky.
You hit the moon. What could I do? I saved you with my snake lasso.
They tried a snake. It saved my life. And that's when I became your wife.
We are Pecos Bill and Slugfoot Sue. Our tales are told, our tales are true. They started small and then they grew.
You read to me,
I'll read to you.
you read to me.
I'll read to you.
Hindi literature in pre-independent India cannot be discussed without Premchand and his deeply moving short stories. Aloka Mili presents us a glimpse of Premchand's greatness as a storyteller.
कफन झोपड़े के द्वार पर बाप और बेटा दोनों एक बुझे हुए अलाव के सामने चुपचाप बैठे हुए हैं और अंदर बेटे की जवान बीवी बुदिया प्रसव वेदना से पछाड़ खा रही थी। रह रहकर उसके मुंह से ऐसी दिल हिला देने वाली आवाज निकलती थी कि दोनों कलेजा थाम लेते थे। जाड़ों की रात थी, प्रकृति सन्नाटे में डूबी हुई, सारा गांव अंधकार में लय हो गया था। घीसू ने कहा, मालूम होता है बचेगी नहीं, सारा दिन दौड़ते ही गया, जा देख तो आ। माधव चिढ़कर बोला, मरना ही है तो जल्दी मर क्यों नहीं जाती, देख कर क्या करूं, तू बड़ा बेदर्द है बे, साल भर जिसके साथ सुख चैन से रहा उसी के साथ इतनी बेवफाई, तो मुझसे तो उसका तरपना और हाथ पांव पटकना नहीं देखा जाता। चमारों का कुनबा था और सारे गांव में बदनाम। घीसू एक दिन काम करता तो 3 दिन आराम। माधव इतना कामचोर था कि आध घंटे काम करता तो घंटे भर चिल्लम पीता, इसलिए उन्हें कहीं मजदूरी नहीं मिलती थी। घर में मुट्ठी भर भी अनाज मौजूद हो तो उनके लिए काम करने की कसम थी। जब 2-4 फाके हो जाते, घीसू पैर पर चढ़कर लकड़ियां तोड़ लाता और माधव बाजार में बेच आता, और जब तक वे पैसे रहते दोनों इधर उधर मारे मारे फिरते। जब फाके की नौबत आ जाती तो फिर लकड़ियां तोड़ते या मजदूरी तलाश करते। गांव में काम की कमी न थी, किसानों का गांव था, मेहनती आदमी के लिए 50 काम थे, मगर इन दोनों को लोग उसी वक्त बुलाते जब 2 आदमियों से एक का काम पाकर भी संतोष कर लेने के सिवा और कोई चारा न होता।
It is about 6 decades that Arunachali people have been introduced to written literature. Yet, we can be very proud that we have among us 2 Sahitya Academy winning award authors, Sri Y.D. Thongchi and Madam Mamang Dai. Here is Lakshmi Ngadong telling us about Mamang Dai and her works. Script is by Anjang Mamam.
Which book lover has not heard of Mamang Dai? She is one of the most powerful and creative writers from the Northeast India and the pride of Arunachali literary world. Her books highlight the customs of the tribal communities of our state, which give them a unique identity. No wonder her books have got wide recognition all over India. Leaving aside a career as an IAS officer, Mamang Dai started as a journalist and soon emerged as an author. She has always worked hard to bring up the traditions of her land before the world. Her writing delights the mind. Many of her books are about history, the tribes, and the rituals. Through her books, one can get a lot of knowledge about culture of the Northeast and especially Arunachal Pradesh. The author beautifully portrays the plight of her characters, highlighting their experiences. Mamang Dai has also been a poet. She has written a few books for children too, bringing alive our cultural heritage to the younger generation. Humbrelmai's Loom, published by Tulika Books, Chennai, is a folktale from our own Mishmi society, explaining the origin of the distinctive cloth patterns woven by the Mishmi women. We can be very happy that the book has also been translated into Mishmi Command language as Humbrelmai Sai, the first ever children's book to be published in our language. Humbrel in Mishmi is a species of little fish with patterns which still swim in our rivers. The Sky Queen, published by Katha, New Delhi, is another children's book of folktale from the Adi society, describing the story behind worshipping Nyani Mete. In this book, the author tells us Nyani Mete, the legendary celestial queen from the Kojum Koja civilization. In 2011, Mem Mamang was awarded the Padma Shri in recognition of her contribution in the field of literature. It is a matter of great happiness to the people of Lohit that in 2017, Mamang Dai's historical fiction, Black Hill, won her the Sahitya Academic Award, a book on the life of the Mishmi villager Kajin Shah, who became a martyr at the hands of the British in early 19th century. Mamang Dai, though a very busy writer, has also been a guide for upcoming writers, encouraging them to write more on the life of our own people and communities.
Let's now listen about Mamang Dai's award-winning novel Black Hill from Aishalu Chikro.
It's a book that I picked up a couple of months ago, and this particular book was spellbinding because it literally hooked me up from the very first page. These type of books are rare and uncommon, but they are out there. The Black Hill, a Sahitya Academy award-winning novel by Mamang Dai, is an exclusive. Mamang Dai belongs to Adi community and has reached heights as a poet, writer, and journalist. Her poetry, fiction, and articles have appeared in numerous journals and anthologies. The original edition of The Black Hill was published in 2014 by Aleph Book Company, New Delhi. The book has 296 captivating pages and is priced at Rs 395. The book won the Sahitya Academy Award in 2017. Black Hill is action-packed with an unpredictable plot twist that kept me on edge the entire time. I couldn't put it down. The story is set in mid-19th century and presents pre-independence scenario of the tribes of Arunachal Pradesh. The story is about Kanjin Shah, a Mishmi man who is young and brave but does not seek war. He wishes to unite all tribes against British in order to protect their land and their ways. On the other hand is a shy but feisty Arbor girl Gimur who goes against her tribe and breaks all taboos to marry the love of her life. The love story between Kanjin Shah and Gimur takes through the landscapes of their villages and the relationship that exists between tribe and between tribes. The author also describes the faith and superstitions that we believe in. Father Nicholas Crick is yet another determined soul who wants to spread the light of his Lord in the mystic land of Tibet. But before Tibet, he will have to brave the difficult terrains and hostile people of Arunachal Pradesh. The characters are what makes The Black Hill a good read. Dai's writing is a seamless combination of familiarity and imagination. She writes in an extremely unique and composing style, taking consideration of the sentiments and real-life situations of the characters. Overall, the book was brilliant. The characters had a great rapport with one another. The climax was splendidly well written, and the epilogue was more than pleasing. I recommend that you read this book. It's available in our Bambusa library. You can visit and take a look. Also, if you want to read more from the author, you can go for Arunachal Pradesh, The Hidden Land, The Legends of Pensam, Stupid Cupid, and many more.
Did you know that the first printed book in any Indian language was in Tamil? It is Tambiran Vanakkam, brought out by Portuguese missionaries in 1578. 20th century saw many women emerging as powerful writers of fiction in India. A leading figure among them in Tamil is Ambai. Keshalu Tayam introduces us Ambai and her writing.
A middle-class girl hailing from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, who is in love with her mother tongue Tamil, started writing when she was just a teenager. And she went on to be a voice for the silent, unobserved lives of women. Popular under the pseudonym Ambai, C.S. Lakshmi is a distinguished fiction writer in Tamil. Her works are characterized by a passionate siding with a cause for women. In 1962, Lakshmi published her first work, Nandimalai Charalile, literally at Nandi Hills, written when she was still a teenager. Her first serious work of fiction was a Tamil novel, Andi Malai, literally Twilight, in 1966. It received the Kalaimagal Narayan Swami Iyer Prize. Ambai narrates how she has always challenged the tailored norms laid down by the society for women. Why people are stereotyping women and how women have been written and treated in literature and in real life, she questions. She presents real life situations and feminist experiences as such. But challenging the benchmark in literature is not an easy task for women who are part of the society. Ambai faced loud criticism as her works challenged the established norms for womanhood. Her stories are about relationships and the radiant characters present contemporary life. She also explores space, silence, and boldly presents the need for women to come to terms with one's body. In 1988, she founded Sparrow, Sound and Picture Archives for Research on Women, an NGO for documenting and archiving the work of female writers and artists all over India. Ambai wrote many thought-provoking anthologies of short stories which have been translated into English. Some of her notable books are The Face Behind the Marks, A Purple Sea, Wings Will Be Broken, A Deer in the Forest, and A Kitchen in the Corner of the House. Ambai's writings provide a good model for women today to observe and explore life around them. It should be an inspiration to Arunachali women to start portraying our own lives.
Magazines play an important role in spreading the joy of reading among both adults and children. Here's Banika Cree telling about one of her favorite magazines.
A magazine you and your children would love. Friends, you must have surely read some children's magazines sometime. I still reading them in my spare time. I'm very fond of children's magazines because they have bright colorful images, simple read aloud short stories and illustrated poems. Reading aloud by an elder is something that the children enjoy. It also helps them in gaining a lot of information and knowledge in a friendly, relaxed way. A magazine provides us at a very low price hours of regular and enjoyable reading opportunities for all age groups with its wide variety of contents. A magazine can be read even for a few minutes a day with great benefits. Further, a magazine or periodical can be read again and again many times, even after several years. Hence, the popularity of magazines like Chanda Mama, Tinkle, and the Reader's Digest. Many elderly book lovers have large bound collection of Reader's Digest, which they preserve with great care and read it them. Old copies of Wisdom, Pan, Life, the National Geographic are also greatly cherished by readers. Let me now introduce to you the Children's Magazine, a very enjoyable monthly for children in English, published from Kochi, Kerala by the PCM Group. It focuses on children in the age group 4 to 12 years and is quite suitable for students in Arunachal from classes KG to 8. The magazine has a wide readership across India. The stories are written by eminent children's writers as also by young readers. The magazine carries plenty of attractive illustrations, activity pages, and contests for children. I am very happy to tell that many stories and drawings by the readers of Lohit Youth Libraries have been published in the children's magazine. You can also email your children's short stories and drawings to the magazine. Our libraries have subscribed to children's magazine and we receive them every month by post. The annual subscription is just ₹240. It can be paid by visiting www.pcmmagazine.com. If you haven't seen the children's magazine yet, please bring your child to the Bambusa Library. There you can see many more magazines for all age groups. Happy reading!
Have you ever read a book and then watched a movie? Or vice versa? Which was better? Fortunately, many classics have come alive as equally great films. Jane Austen is one of the greatest novelists of 19th century England for her very sensitive portrayal of family lives. Aloka Mili presents in Idu language translation of a scene from Jane Austen's well-known novel Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice. Echataju ajopo amu Jane Austen laichame thatelamba. Echataju imu khenge omachitaju. Echa onkomachi ayachame manga aine nanime uwachi aya imu eho praga entroda ali ugachi nanime. Inya jiga echa ilikhi naba me shipya lambayo naba apya alia ameyame tapre bauda nanime ali ugachi. Echa ekobemo imu kebane asaga. Meya yo tango bayo onko mago wea ame haya prabo hone yaku bruweya. Mea mea atikoma jiamu nuya eswaji wujine jijimu asami. Atikoma ji imu wujime ngachi emohone prawchi ai keba alinde ulogachi no ahula park machi ilikhuya imo khengeme lohya bada laga ma nani Bennett me naba Bennett go lakyaba anga ahula gumma a lomba ga hya bada nani long me echama iane laloga ahula la make Bennett mo ijida bu lada mejiga no humishibu emimbarosa esya me loabachi nu me la mishia pramba do nga me swala ka hiweda laga nu me ahunjite hone pramne esya me lombrai chi nani long me lam no ho hombra me khenge me lohya bada lam no ho ahani aya me khenge me Morris ga yane ilikhi atho ge oda ne iachi me aya me ewembra pramba buda atho ba jiu pa ma lete oda laga huima me amu swala bingli Yaku brila na brila me. Oh, I mo brila me domo ho. Me I me ame gumba. Nga aya gebane prauchibu. Aya me iya yo nga aya gebane. Eso pramba ge o dalaga. No ahui pega mi kapamba losa. Nga aya ge aya me brim bananda umbai domo. Nu uya ujaya bu nu aya brio da ulauche. Ulauche? Ai wumo wumne iya ugumi alimabu. Aya mongachi aya chi brio mbada upilau domo. Aya ne nume bane chichare hone prawda ne lime no ho. Ene me chie de obu eje me ngangangsa. Ene keba iya domo me achi ewe umne nanichi ewe bulosa. Me alombro uji nubu kesapo ho. Aya ne nume balo proma kubu.
Most of those who grew up in India in 1980s had a favorite book, Amar Chitra Katha, that brought us alive India's culture and history. Library volunteers offer salutations to the creator of Amar Chitra Katha, Uncle Pai, on the World Book Day. Bringing you now some fun and rhythm again is Bahailu Rangmang reciting from the poetry collection I Like It Here at School.
Look in the book and you will see words and magic and mystery. Look in the book and you will find sense and nonsense of every kind. Look in the book and you will know all the things that can help you grow. This was a poem by Ivy O. Iswit. And here is one from Carla Gusking, picked out the book. So I picked out the book on my own from the shelf, and I started to read on my own to myself. And nonsense and knowledge came tumbling out, whispering mysteries, histories shout. The wisdom of wizards, songs of the ages, all wonders of wondering, wonderful pages. So listeners, when are you going to pick up your next book?
Tongam Rina, an Arunachali journalist widely respected all over Northeast India, once told the library volunteers, I consider myself very lucky, Dad. Dad always encouraged us to read. We read almost everything. It was left us to decide. With these thought-provoking words, this is Solina Kambrai and friends from Lohit Youth Libraries extending our hearty greetings to all the listeners on World Book Day.